Congratulations on making it to the top 5. High five all around. Let's go. Each one of you will be mentored by one of these judges.
Hi. I can't believe it's you.
Hi. This look has to be you. It has to represent how you see yourself as a designer, as a creator.
$100,000. What is going to set you apart from these other designers?
Just so excited to see this all come together. Got it. I had a very good feeling.
We should go talk creative, talk about how we're going to come home with the W and send all the other girls home with the L's, right?
Be you, be bold, but make sure that it is cohesive.
I'm gonna make it happen.
I believe in you.
One of these designers will be walking away with $100,000. Hi, it's your girl, Jane. The runway is almost complete, and the Shein X 100K challenge is heating up. Fresh off their mentoring sessions with our star-studded panel of judges, the top 5 are back on the grind. With only 1 week to deliver the winning look, the pressure's never been higher.
What's great about Kenya's work is that it's bold, and I think she's great with color and pattern and texture, but also tailoring. So it'll be really interesting to see what she creates for this last look.
After meeting Christian, I had a lot to think about. I was so happy that he really, really loved my print, and he loved the style, and he loved the ruffles. He loved a lot about the collection, but he had a lot to say about the simplicity of the way that I cut and the way that I design. In taking Christian's advice, I do want to step it up. I do want to take it to the next level, and that is bringing more emotion into the clothes. So in my next dress that I'm going to make for this finale, I want this dress to be the best thing that I've ever made. I want it to be cohesive, you know, with her and her sisters, but I still want it to be absolutely powerful when it steps on the runway, and I'm giving it everything I got. I'm gonna be bold, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be innovative, I'm gonna take it to the next level, and I'm really pushing myself out of my box, which is really, really important and something that Christian wanted me to do as well. So I hope that I make him proud when I make this next look. Right now, I'm just making sure that my design is kind of on point in my illustration, because how I work is I bring it over to my dress form. And this is kind of how I start creating, really, because once I put it on here, then I can see it. And so when I'm making my patterns, I can look at my sketch, look at the dress form, look at the fabric, and I can cut, pin, sew by keep looking at them both and just making sure that it's right. So the back is completely open again on this dress, which I'm super excited about, because that's gonna give it a whole nother element of like super sassy. And then it has these big, huge sleeves on it, which you can kind of see that I did here, but the entire dress is black and white stripe. And let me tell you, I think that Christian is gonna be happy with me with doing the black and white stripe, because one, he definitely wants it to be something that is designed to be me. And I'm totally taking it to the next level, because to create a whole dress in a black and white stripe, like, it could be madness or it could be greatness. And I want this to be total greatness. And right now, I think we're doing good, or at least on the right track, but we got a long way to go. This is 100K on the line. Do you know what I can do with 100K? So there is no time to mess around. It is be bold, be you, or really go home.
Kenya specifically really needs to make sure that the piece feels new and innovative. The other pieces are really cool, but she is missing that one element of something luxurious and fabulous. So that's what I'm hoping for.
The question of the day is, am I wearing this or am I letting the model wear this? And I have decided the model is wearing this. I am so introverted that I may trip and fall and embarrass myself going down the runway, and I want this dress to do all the work all by itself and let the models do their jobs, and I just can't do it. I want to be the person to be able to wear their own design, but I just can't do it, guys. I just cannot do it.
I've got a surprise for our top 30. We've got some awards to hand out and some serious cash to go with it. With the most fan votes, congratulations to Armand. You just won $10,000.
Thank you so much, guys, for the Voters' Choice Award. Thank you to everyone who voted, and I send you a big kiss from Dubai.
To Kayla Abdul, $5,000. To Brian Koo, $3,000.
Oh, I cannot believe I just won $3,000. Thank you, Shein, for this amazing prize, and thank you to those who have voted for me.
Congratulations to our fan choice winners. Okay, let's get back to our top 5. I never know what they're doing up there.
I chose Tendai because there's a narrative to her clothes and there's a conversation that's waiting to be started. I'm excited to be a part of her story and help the world get a little taste of her talent.
Hello guys, welcome back to Indianapolis. I'm here to show you my studio. So after coming back from meeting Lo, he had some very good feedback as far as the other looks that I did, and we managed to come up with a plan as far as what I have. So my last look, which I actually sketched while I was on the plane to meet him, was the one that he actually picked. So I'm glad that he liked that, and just looking at it from his perspective, I saw what he saw. It made sense. So I'm gonna go for it with what he said, and I'm gonna take every single word into account. Overall, it was a very, very good meeting, and my confidence is probably on 150 at this point. So as you guys can see, I just got the fabric today. So I just can't wait to start on the pattern making and go into the sewing. I actually have an image of it so you guys can kind of see where I'm gonna be taking things. So, this fabric is what I'm going to be using for the top, and then the wool is gonna be used for the pins. So, I do have a lot of detail in there. You can't really see them on the sketch. We got pleats in there, so that usually takes a lot of time to do. So I'm gonna have to stay on top of my game plan with the time that I have, which is less than 2 weeks. I did have the choice to either model the look myself or get a model. I chose to go with a model because I'm not a model, and with me wanting to give other people some opportunities, I thought this would be great for somebody else to get their shot in the spotlight for something that they actually love to do. So giving an opportunity to a model to build their portfolio or whatever they're going for, I think is gonna be the best choice for me. So I am definitely going with a model.
That last look and the presentation and the way she styles it on the models, the bar has to be so high, but I definitely think she can do it. She's prepared, she's hungry, she's talented, and it's just those small things of making sure that everything is cohesive and beautiful, and she'll take it.
So this is me in 1989, I believe. I was less than a year old. And right over here, this is me when I was 4 on my birthday party. So this arrow is pointing out to my dad, who seems more happier than I was. My sisters and my nieces and my nephew. And that's my dad. He passed away in 2010. Is the reason why I'm in Indianapolis. Sorry, getting a little choked up. My dad lived out here. He was like, I miss home. I need somebody to come over here. I really didn't want to be the one to come here, but I came over here and been here since. So he went back 2 years after I got here, and 2 years later he passed away. Sorry. So he had cancer and it was in the late stages. So they didn't realize that until it was too late. I actually never got to go to his funeral, so I don't even know where he's buried. Yeah. For the longest time, he wanted me to be in the medical field. So for a while, I didn't want to tell him because by the time I decided to go into fashion, he was not over here anymore. He was back in Zimbabwe. But when I did, he was like, I'm very proud of you. I'm pretty happy that I made that decision, and I should have told him sooner. He was a very stylish guy. When I came over here every Sunday, he would always go to the store, buy himself a suit. So I knew if he's going out, I'm going with him because I know I'm getting a new outfit. I do have some pictures of work that I've done for my own brand. So this is all redefinition right here. I feel like a lucky girl just having all these people encourage me. Actually, as a matter of fact, my best friend was the one who told me about Shein. And she was like, oh, I think this would be pretty cool if you do it. They probably believe in me more than I believe in myself. I just have like a very, very, very strong support system, and I'm glad. So I'm calling my mom and my sisters. I wanted to let you guys know that I made it into the top 5 for the 100K challenge.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations, Tendai. You've been working so hard on this project, and I think I've been calming you down, telling you that you can actually do it. This just shows the kind of person that you are. It's your time to shine. So I believe you're going to make it through to number 1.
That's the goal. We might be miles and miles away from each other, but it's almost like you guys are like right next to me. So, you know, this is for us. It's not just for me, because my success is also your success as well.
Yeah, it is.
I will probably call you tomorrow because I know you're about to go to bed. So,
All right.
bye.
Tonight.
All right, love you. Not having them over here sometimes is kind of hard, but you know, I appreciate the love and the support that they give me every single day. My mom did actually say, you're going to be in the top 5, and I said what I said. So, you know, I had to bring the title home, and right now we're just gonna go for the 100K. Definitely the pressure is on, but you know, I work well under pressure, so I don't want to disappoint Lo as well as myself. So I gotta get to working. I have $100,000 to go and collect. So I will see you guys later in LA when I'm collecting my money. So I'm serious, you guys. If you don't leave, I'm gonna have to start getting you guys to working in here. All right, bye.
Let's keep the money train rolling with the Shein Choice Award. Isabel Wang and Becky, knock knock. Who's there? It's me, Jane. And you each get $3,000.
Thank you very much, Shane. And I want to thanks to everyone who voted for me online. I love you guys.
Is this for real? Like, I just can't believe it. Thank you so much for giving me this award. I'm gonna continue my dream fashion design.
Woohoo!
I picked Freak City because I just was really struck by how clear their vision is, how sure of themselves they seem, and how unique what they're doing is.
Welcome to Freak City. This is where all the magic happens. This is where I spend 99.9% of my time. This is the grind station. This is our workshop. We had a really awesome meeting with Laurel, and she gave me some good pointers, some really great advice. I really appreciate her. She's a huge inspiration, and she's just such an awesome person. This final look is about being you and being bold. So we're actually engaged, and we're planning to get married. So we thought of creating a really cool wedding-inspired dress. I didn't want something, you know, super traditional. I wanted to do something that was more me, you know, and us together as a team. So I really wanted his graffiti on my wedding dress and a hoodie so I could like cover up and feel a little more cozy. and to tie it in with the corset. So I've never done this before. I've never made the two, like a gown and a hoodie combined with the corset, so it's all brand new to me. I started cutting up fabrics. I was like, how am I gonna do this? I've never done this before. So I just made a mini doll version. Don't judge me on this, it's not the best, but it's like the hoodie with the little corset and like the tiers. This is all gonna be graffiti, and yeah, it's my little mock-up. I showed both of these designs to Laurel, and she actually pointed out that this one looks more cohesive with the other pieces, which I totally agree. My gut instinct was to go with this one, and she basically confirmed that. She was like, go with your gut. It has a lot more meaning to you as well. And she suggested that I add the crystal flames like the other pieces to tie it all together. So I'm gonna go with her suggestion. I'm gonna add the flames. She described it as, look, like you've been to hell and back, like through this whole process, which is truly the story of how we've gotten here. I've already started trying to do my little pleats and galleting. There's gonna be layers, like crazy layers. And we did this yesterday.
This is the first layer of the gown, which is an industrial style brick that will be faintly seen throughout the layers of graffiti.
It's gonna look something like this. And it's gonna be on top, but there's gonna be layers to puff it out. And all of the graffiti, he hand does, and I just digitize it. So it's both of our elements in one.
The only area where I can see them getting tripped up for the final is if they're not able to edit and streamline their vision a bit. It gets complicated when you try and include 800 different ideas into one piece. The message gets a little muddied. So it's important to constantly be editing yourself and taking a step back and looking at it from a neutral position.
My whole mantra is there's nothing to it, just do it. Even if you've never done it before, and I've never done any of this before. I've never sewn first of all, a bridal type of gown. I've never printed on these types of material. I've never made a pattern that resembles this, so I'm just freestyling. I'm really learning during this process. That's why we're testing things out, we're sampling, we're playing with the colors to see is this gonna work? Hopefully it does.
I think we're taking this competition as an opportunity to push ourselves in a way of doing stuff we've never done and seeing what we can do, and also taking our designs to the next level.
The story behind this dress is really a fairy tale. You know, the bricks symbolizing all the hurdles and obstacle courses we had to climb over and overcome. You know, the trouble we received of doing graffiti, turning negative situations into positive ones. And it has a very deep meaning, the creative process and the journey that we've both been on. Because the journey's been so personal and the meaning behind this dress is so deep, I feel like I have to be the one to rock this dress and represent down the runway.
This contest says be bold and be you, so it has to be Valley. There's no other person or model that could wear this.
We have the top part almost done. So this is the corset hoodie with the crystals. And then this was the hard part, was making the back a corset with the eyelets on there. And then we got the extra touch of bling going through the cording right here, going through the hood.
You ever seen a hoodie this sexy? I don't think so.
This might be the first hoodie wedding dress, actually. I don't know.
I think we're onto something.
I think so. These are all my beautiful crystals. And all of these babies are gonna go over these graphics sprinkled in. And this is actually the most time-consuming process, is one by one hand bedazzling the multiple layers of this graffiti fabric. So this is what I'm stressed out about. We have 4 days to blingify and pimp this whole outfit out, and might pull a couple all-nighters. Might not be sleeping, guys. I think we got it. I'm a professional blinger. I'm the bling queen, right here. I'm the the fresh princess all up in the house. So I'm gonna give them all something to talk about. Cause I'm gonna win this 100K. So show me the money so we can get paid. Peace.
What I liked about Amiko was, first of all, I thought the clothes felt actually really wearable, but I also felt like she had a real attention to detail. They were quite special, and I really loved her sense of color, and her sketches were beautiful.
Welcome to my studio. I just met with Jenna and she gave me a lot to think about. I showed her all of my sketches and really none of them were right for the final look. Those pieces were a little bit too commercial. So what I have to do is push the proportions and really explore making this look really dramatic for my final piece. Jenna's helping me take this look to the next level by focusing on 3 things. That's the fabric, making sure that it's nice and structured. The proportions, really pushing those extremes. Lastly, the details, making sure that all of my collection is tied together and cohesive.
If Amiko wants to win this thing, I think she's going to have to step out of her comfort zone. She is naturally gravitating towards things that feel a little safe, and yet this is her chance to shine. She has one shot, and there's a lot at stake. I think she needs to not play it safe and really go for it.
I definitely took Jenna's advice to heart, and I mean, look, I've never sewed anything this giant before. I don't really love skirts, don't love designing them, don't love wearing them, so as a compromise, I did a pant. I knew I needed a piece to tie in all the colors of the collection, so I found this really beautiful vintage fabric from the 50s, and this is an authentic Japanese obi belt. So I haven't figured out exactly what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I think it will be a nice roadmap for the collection. This belt is from my mom's childhood kimono, and I asked to borrow this because I wanted to use this construction and this bow for inspiration. But I'm thinking for the look, I don't want it to be so literal. So instead of doing like a traditional bow, I want to do some type of abstract bow. But don't quote me on that because I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but that's where my mind is heading. So this piece is actually 3 pieces. There's the first layer, which is this, and the second layer, which is gonna be this beautiful, voluminous, draped piece that snaps in the front, and then the third is the belt. I'm so happy that I met with Jenna because left to my own devices, the last piece would have looked like all the other pieces that I did. It was a little bit more commercial with the mindset of being manufactured, but this is an opportunity to go wild and to really express myself and do it in a dramatic way and really push those proportions. My grandma came to New York from Japan after World War II, and around that time, Dior came out with the new look, which is a response to the fabric shortage that happened during World War II, and that caused all the silhouettes to be short skirts close to the body, and then after World War II, the response was a lot of fabric, big draping skirts, and a tiny waist. So that is the silhouette that I'm channeling in this look. There's some question about whether I'm going to model the last look myself or have a model display it for me, and I'm still undecided about that, but what I've done to give myself some room to decide later is I made the waistband on this elastic so that will have an extra bit of give so that if I do end up putting it on a model, I'll have a little bit more room here and I won't have to fit it as much. I am fitting this to myself though. Luckily with the belt, there's gonna be a tying mechanism, so it doesn't have to be made to fit exactly, so that gives me a little bit of room. And with the jacket, I have a feeling I'm gonna end up showing it partially closed and open at the bottom and the top, so that will also give me a little bit more room. I'm a little nervous about modeling it myself because that means that I'm gonna have to go out there on the runway and have people looking at me, and that's like, gives me anxiety. But given that the challenge is be you, I think it would be appropriate for me to be modeling my own look.
Last but not least, it's the Most Creative Award. So Samuel Shun and Levin, boom! You each get $3,000.
I'm really thankful for this, and I will humbly accept the title and the cash tip. But I think on a serious note, as a queer and Asian artist and designer, I feel that this was a great opportunity for me to showcase my work on a global stage. Thank you so much.
Thanks again to our top 30 and congratulations to our award winners.
I really gravitated towards Sasha because I feel like her messaging is so similar to mine. You know, she's super inclusive. She is a strong, confident woman that is not going to be put into a box. And that really moved me to want to be affiliated with her.
Welcome to my studio away from home. So I just met Chloe and we had an amazing conversation about the details and how small things really add up and make a really big thing. So I'm really trying to make sure that I pay attention to the details and that I keep this last look cohesive with the rest of the collection. Now, I am a sucker for a high slit. So I wanna make sure that this last look is totally me. That is the challenge. This last look is supposed to be all about who I am. So I'm going in with a high slit, with puffer, style, just like the streetwear girl that I am. So Chloe really talked to me about really standing my ground when it comes to being size inclusive. And the fact that she already knows what it's like to have a brand that goes up in size, I'm really trying to take her in because you do get a lot of no's when you tell people that you want to go from the smallest size to the largest size. So she really just tried to remind me that I have to stay true to who I am. And it really just gave me extra confidence because I know that I'm going to make it happen. One of Chloe's only concerns was my color choice, green. And you know what? I understand why she may feel that way, but I really think that I'm gonna stick with it because the competition is about being me. This last look really is about being completely me. So I'm gonna stick with it, and I know I'm going to prove why it's the perfect choice. So I chose green not only because it's my favorite color, but because after looking at the entire collection, I just knew that green was the perfect addition to complete everything. So this piece is a part of the collection because I've always wanted to be able to play in streetwear and have big, bold pieces in my closet. But plus size women have always been left out of that conversation. So I'm really glad to be bringing something like this to the collection. This look is a part of the collection because it's giving all of the drama that I've always wanted to share with the world. This is for the girl who is flirty and sexy, but also for the girl who is sporty and street. So I knew that this piece had to be a part of the collection. Now that I've gotten through this look, it's time for me to call my team. Michael, hi, darling.
Hey, Sasha, how are you? How's it going?
I'm good. I just spoke to Chloe. So tell me how you feel about this. I'm thinking super high slit, dramatic skirt situation, okay?
Oh, okay.
With a matching cropped, really dramatic shoulders, long sleeved jacket, but all puffer straight throughout.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm into
puffer
it.
on the top, puffer on the bottom. So hear me on this part though.
Okay, what do you?
So I want a reveal situation. So I'm thinking that this high slit, sexy skirt is going to be taken off mid-runway, and it's gonna reveal a really short, flirty, sexy version of the outfit, right? So, you know, it still works with the puffer up top, but a really just cheeky, flirty type version.
Yeah.
So I haven't quilted it on the drawing yet, but this is kind of the silhouette, right?
Yeah, I love it. It still goes into everything else. Oversized, sexy, sporty, let's get it. Okay,
Yeah,
I see it.
right? Listen,
yeah.
we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do. Oh my gosh, yes, okay. I guess we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start looking for fabric, talk to the seamstress, relay this beautiful idea to her, and let's get it popping. Let's do it, baby.
I'm really excited to see what Sasha creates. I really am. I mean, some of it, I was like, oh my gosh, where are we going with this? We're putting green in the line now. Like, how is this gonna be cohesive? But I trust her. She has that fight and that hunger in her, and I don't think she's gonna let anyone else win this competition but her.
So the pieces are on their way from Toronto, and I will know soon whether or not I'm going to be the one modeling this final look. So I'm gonna try on the pieces, and if I'm smoking, I will definitely be the one wearing the look. But if it doesn't fit me quite the way that I want it to, I have a backup plan. My backup plan is good old social media. I am going to search for a model in the area who really embodies exactly what Flauza Couture is about, and that is confidence.
I am so in love with these designers. I wish they could all win. Too bad I just gave away all the money. In just 1 week, we'll see all these looks right here on the SheNX runway. Chloe, Christian, Law, Jenna, and Laurel will be right here. And one of these designers will walk away with $100,000. Don't you dare miss it.